Jinan International Garden and Flower Expo will be held on September the 22nd, 2009 and will last for 6 months. Now let's follow Alex around the gardens.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Around Jinan. I'm Alex Copeland and I'm from America. I'm standing out here in front of the 7th Flower and Garden Expo and we're going to be taking a look at all these beautiful flowers today. I'm standing out here in front of the serene Changqing Lake, which is where the expo is being held. It's only 25 kilometers from the city of Jinan, and 86 domestic and international cities are holding their exhibit here. The park itself is about 340 hectares large. It's more than enough room for all the exhibits. When I got here, right away I got a real feel for the charm and beauty of the City of Springs. It's really quite breathtaking. Union Square is representative of the town's flower, which is the lotus flower. And as you can see at the bottom, it looks just like one. When the people and foreigners come to see the flower exposition here, they can see at the very bottom there is a lotus flower. It warms the people's heart as they see it. The stage is in the east part of the square. The rest is the auditorium, which will seat thousands of people. Here, people will enjoy many various performances. At night, the lotus flower looks spectacular with the lights shining on it. The urban and modern garden contains 30 gardens from different Chinese cities. Landscapes made of plants are the main subject, and these gardens show different characters of different cities and areas are highlighted. While plants are the main subject of the expo, many cities have built their replicas of native buildings to further show the abundance of unique heritage in China. I'm standing here at the Beichuan exhibit, and unlike most of the exhibits here at the expo, the Beichuan have decided to focus on the living styles of their people rather than the flowers and plants. Just looking around, you can see the handiwork and the craftsmanship that goes into the buildings and the stonework. It's truly amazing. Just this behind me must have taken a very long time to complete and gives you a sense of their culture and their ideas. The wall to my left here is very amazing. It looks Aztec or Mayan, but it is Beichuan, and you get to see the similarities that many cultures have, but it's truly unique, and they make it their own. Now we are looking at the international part of the exhibition. Consisting of 20 international exhibition gardens, it displays a wealth of exotic scenery, advanced design concept, horticulture technology, and new material application. Besides, it also shows the trend and direction of the international gardens. The exhibition covers many cities from many different countries, including countries from Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. This building here is the main exhibition center of the park. And over 80% of the power used in this building is ecologically and environmentally friendly because it is all powered by the sun. The main exhibition center, located in the north of the Central Lake District, near the flat plot by the water. The modern design has a novelty and concision value, fitting in very well with the surroundings. On the top of the exhibition center, you see a great view of the water scenery. As you can see, even the street lights are powered by the sun. All day they collect their energy from the sunlight. So at night, you can see a glorious display from each exhibit. This park is gorgeous and expansive. One could spend hours exploring the park and see only a fraction of the exposition. So come by to the International Garden and Flower Expo to get a real look at the beauty and vibrancy of so many different cultures around China and the rest of the world. That does it for this edition of Around Jinan. I'm Alex Copeland, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to another edition of Around Jinan. I'm Alex Copeland, and I'm about to look at some of the most exciting things Jinan has to offer. Behind me is the city moat that connects the old city of Jinan. We're going to take a boat ride today, and I'm really excited. It just recently opened about a month ago, so it's a new attraction to Jinan, and it's very exciting. I'm at Black Tiger Spring right now. We'll next go to Qianqian Square, Baotu Spring, Five Dragon Pool, and then end our trip at Damming Lake. There are many springs in this area. There's over 27 of them, in fact. Behind me is Hehu Spring, and there are 3 heads, but originally there was only one. They added the other 2 later. And as you can hear behind me, it sounds like the roar of a tiger. Even here, people are collecting water. It's a very, very impressive spot, and it's very magnificent to see all the natural springs that are in this area. Right here is the pool of Mano Spring, and here people come every day to collect their daily water for the tea. So right now I'm going to ask somebody for some water because I'd like to try the delicious water that comes from this spring every day. Thank you. Ooh, it's good. That's really good. I'm here at Hehu Spring where the boat ride begins, and we're going to take 5 stops while we're here. The boat ride is 10 yuan per person and 10 yuan for each stop. The boat, surprisingly, was electric powered, which keeps the water that comes from the springs very fresh. We just got off here on our second stop, Qianqian Square. I'm really excited to check it out, and this seems to be where everybody in Jinan goes to spend their time. There's everything from people working out to people flying kites. It's really quite a sight to see. And right behind me is the symbol of the entire city. It's supposed to represent a spring, and as you can tell, it looks like one too. It also looks just like the Chinese character for a spring. It's really beautiful. I'm not sure how tall it is, but it sure is pretty magnificent and large. Qianqian Square is considered the living room of Jinan because this is where everyone comes to spend their time and hang out. At night and during the day, you can see inline skating, dancing, martial arts, and people just enjoying the beauty of the square itself. It's right in downtown Jinan, so there's lots to do here and all around. I'm standing here at the other end of Qianqian Square, and right next to me is Confucius, along with 11 other of the 12 most famous people in China. His most famous works are the Analects of Confucius, and they're still prevalent 1,500 years after they were written. Well, I just got off the boat here. This is our third stop, it's Baotou Spring. It's said that a trip to Jinan isn't complete without seeing Baotou Spring. It's the most famous spring in Jinan, so I'm really excited. Let's go check it out. Well, this is it, folks. Baotou Spring. It's possibly the most famous spring in the world. It's been visited by thousands of people every day, and it's been visited by emperors for thousands of years. Celebrities, nobles, officials, they all come here to pay homage to the most famous spring in the world. It's called the #1 spring under heaven and is admired by all. It's famous for its 3 gushing geysers, but during the winter and spring sometimes the geysers will stop flowing. It concerns the Chinese people and the government alike. They'll often conserve water to maintain the level and to maintain its picturesque beauty. These murals are all throughout the entire boat ride. They depict the scenery and all the wonderful things to see in Jinan. Some of them are the Black Tiger Springs, and others are of the surrounding mountains and trees. They're really quite some interesting work. Aside from the beautiful scenery that you see, these murals make the ride much more enjoyable as you get to see the history and everything there is to see in Jinan. I'm standing out here in front of our 4th stop, Five Dragon Park. It's really cool. As you can see behind me, there's 5 dragon statues with water coming out of the mouth. They look fierce. It's really cool. This is Guanjiao Che, which means the officer's pool. As you can see, there are a lot of fish in here. They're really cool. You got some yellow ones, and there's some blue ones hiding around here too. I like the blue ones. This here is the main attraction. This is Five Dragon Pool. It's over 70 meters long and about 4 meters deep. Everywhere you look, there are fish and little bubbles of water coming up. Look like pearls coming up from the ground. It's really beautiful. And as you look around, you see red flowers everywhere in honor of the national days. I'm here at Damming Lake, and this place is beautiful. The willow trees, the lotus flowers, and the reflection of the mountain in the water. More specifically, we're at Ten Shuan Temple, a famous poet who wrote about the lake. He wrote about the lotus flowers, the willow trees, and the mountain's reflection in the water. The city's much bigger than it was when he wrote that poem, and the lake's a little bit smaller. This is the new area of Damming Lake. It's free to the public, and there are eight main buildings here and many beautiful bridges. It's picturesque, really, and it's just beautiful. It's more weeping willows and buildings to the left and to the right. And this is where the moat runs through, and the boat ride takes you right through here so you can see the other stops. There are many sculptures here in this park, and this one right here, they're playing Chinese chess. I don't know how to play Chinese chess, but I do know how to play international chess. It's really cool to look at the sculptures to see how people lived so long ago. These sculptures here are showing a traditional Chinese game called Kuanggua. The sculptures are really vivid. You can see their faces and you can see the expressions on their faces. I don't think I'm going to beat this stone statue, but who knows? I found a nice little spot to sit down on one of these bridges here, and it's beautiful. You get to look out and see the serene, beautiful landscape, the reflection of the willow trees on the water and the sky and stone bridges, and just watch people pass by. It's really relaxing. One thing that's really interesting about this park are the distinct lamp lights that are here. You can see them on the street and in the park. They're unique and beautiful, and can't wait to see them at night. They really light the place up and give it a new, beautiful look. Well, that's it for this edition of Around Jinan. You should really come out and check the public area of the Damming Lake. It's brand new and beautiful. Hey everybody, I'm Alex Copeland. Welcome to another edition of Around Jinan. We have a very special episode today. Today we're going to cover the most exciting moments of the National Games that took place right here in Jinan. The 11th National Games was inaugurated in Jinan Olympic Sports Center on October 16, 2009. 46 delegations participated in the opening ceremony, and President Hu Jintao announced the opening himself.
我宣布，中华人民共和国第11届运动会开幕。
Anthem of the 11th National Games, 50 pigeons flew up, symbolizing the 50-year history of the National Games, and a bowl-shaped screen appeared. The 6-ton screen rose effortlessly above the audience, and the performance of a lifetime began. The opening ceremony represented many cultural aspects of Jinan itself: lotus flowers, willow trees, and of course, the springs. Liu Chonhong, the Olympic champion from Shandong, ran into the stadium with the torch. The torch was passed to her one by one since it was lit on the top of Mount Tai. The most special part of this was the 5,000 young people igniting the torch with 10,000 lights. The event was spectacular. From fireworks and dancing, the event was enjoyed by spectators at home and in the stadium.
开幕式太漂亮了！我作为一个济南人，真的非常的骄傲。整个场面非常的震撼，我们心中也很激动。
The swimming games lasted for 8 days. 24 teams all around the nation took part in the swimming. An Olympic champion, Liu Zige, powered to victory with the women's 200-meter butterfly. At the National Games Wednesday, the Chinese swimming sensation finished in an amazing time of 2 minutes and 1 second, shaving more than 2 seconds off the previous record set by Australian Jessica Schipper. Liu Zige was honored with the highest prize of the National Games. 9 athletes and 1 team set up 11 Asian records for 14 times, with 13 athletes and 3 teams setting up 17 national records for a total of 22 times. In the National Games, weightlifting was just one of many sports that world records were broken. Wang Yingzhen was the first to break the world record, and many other athletes broke the record, equaling up to 25 times for the world record being broken. Liu Hui is another spectacular athlete who ended up breaking the world record himself and taking the gold in the National Games. Liu Hui is used to taking gold medals home, as he took the gold medal home in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. During the women's 69-kilogram finals of weightlifting, the Olympic gold medalist Liu Chonhong, who comes from Shandong province, took the gold in the National Games for the 3rd time in a row. At the 11th National Games, the Shandong track and field team won 7.5 gold medals. The athletes at the 11th National Games produced 44 medals altogether. Liu Shang's presence also generated 2.5 million RMB in ticket sales, the highest attendance of any event at the Games. Liu Shang's success led to China's men's 110-meter hurdles to make substantial progress. In the evening of October 25th, the Olympic Stadium witnessed his takeoff. He defended his title for the third time with a time of 13.34 seconds, which made him become the first Chinese athlete to win an event 3 times in a row at the Games. And to our surprise, under the forceful pull of Liu Xiong, China's men's 110-meter hurdles start to enter their era of takeoff.
出发了，快速攻第一个栏，刘翔上第一个栏非常快，稍事领先，纪委紧随其后，刘翔开始单边加速，展示他后场强大的能力，纪委紧随其后，很有机会，刘翔突刺，刘翔获得了自己的第3个全运会冠军，非常完美的王者归来，13秒33。
The 11th National Games generated a lot of press. Nearly 4,000 journalists attended the game, hoping to see and report all the action directly to the people of China. These journalists were given everything they needed, from internet access to anything else they could hope for. This is the first time the National Games had a special village just for the athletes. In this village, athlete Feng Xiaoming complimented the volunteers on their readiness to solve problems by giving him an extra long bed.